This is the matchup a year in the making. This is going to be an absolutely huge final here for the summer split.
I think this energy between them is actually going to make the best series of League of Legends so far.
So last year, Fnatic versus Origen was the biggest matchup Europe had. It meant that you'd see the two best teams in Europe fighting against each other.
It was the battle for the #1 team, the battle for the highest seed going to World Championships. It was really who was going to be in the lead of the two-horse race that was the European LCS.
Was like a super high level game, right? And no one up until that point had really challenged Fnatic at all.
We had everything. We had Origen demolishing Fnatic. We had Fnatic taking it back to Origen in the next game. Long games. We had the pentakills, everything.
The reset forward, looking for a pentakill. We're in Sweden. The Swedish gets a pentakill.
Soaz and Huni were absolute monsters, and it was one of the first times that Huni actually got showed up because Soaz's gangplank was so much better than his.
Soaz will get himself a double kill. Now it's top laners on top laners. Powder keg is up. It's going to tick down. Look at
overheating. He got the damage. Triple kill! Soaz got it.
And it was just exceptional to see a team who went undefeated in the regular split, being Fnatic, actually forced all the way to 5 games by Origen. Both of these teams were new rosters, put together, untested, and in the space of 8 to 10 months, became a top 4 team in the world.
So making the semi-finals in the World Championships for both Fnatic and Origen was incredible. The performance from both teams showing that they could hang with the best in the world, it proved that even though Europe had spread out among their teams, the European scene was still one of the top in the world.
Fnatic and Origen came into 2016 with different problems. Origen simply were not practiced. They simply did not begin to learn the 2016 meta until the split began.
They had this team where, Peke in the mid lane, you take him out, you plug and play Power of Evil, another mechanically talented mid laner, and the rest of the team should be able to form around them, but that's not what we saw.
The biggest change for Fnatic this year was actually that they stayed trying to do what they did last year. Bringing in 2 Korean players that were a little bit untested in Europe was certainly a slow start for Fnatic, but they always said they needed time to build towards a strong team.
We need to see growth from them. We need to see it like right now, coming out in the regular season towards the end of the split before we get to playoffs. Because if they don't, then I don't know what the chances are for both of the teams. When you look at the top of the table, when you have Vitality, H2K, these teams who have not only gotten progressively better through the split, but are maintaining good games. Last year, you wouldn't even be looking at either teams going for 5th or 6th spot. You'd expect them to be going for 1st, 2nd, 3rd maybe, and already be going against one of the lower teams. So it's kind of a weird circumstance where they are now one of the weaker teams going into playoffs.
Both of these squads have got great depth in their roster, and I think in a best of series, both Fnatic and Origen can show strengths that they're unable to show in a best of 1. So I think they are still the underdogs. They are still going to have a difficult time in playoffs, but the possibility to surprise will be significantly higher.